Greetings, everybody. GraybeardGamer here. Arc Raiders, what is it? You guys have all heard about it. It's all over social media. It's all over everywhere. And now here comes my dog to try to get in my lap. So this video is really geared toward those who have not played it, but are wondering what it's all about. And yeah, I'm trying to convince people to play it. I get nothing out of that, but I want you to get even a little bit of what everyone else is getting from this game. And I'll start off by telling you that I was extremely reluctant to start playing Arc Raiders. I'm 63 years old, so I have not come up in the gaming world. I mean, I watched my 7 kids playing games and whatnot, but my own experience was Space Invaders and Frogger, and Pong was the first game I played. So, there's a lot to be said for the challenges that come, and I'll do a whole nother video on old guys and old girls playing video games. But we just did not come up with that dexterity, that natural dexterity and finger movement that young people are, they're born today and they're 3 months old and they have a typing speed that would pass any secretarial test. But that aside, I was reluctant because I'm a first-person shooter guy. Call of Duty, Battlefield. That was all I knew. That's all I played, and loved it. I didn't like Call of Duty so much because it got really politically correct, and the more they started putting in the woke bullshit into it, I don't want a game. People go to play games for various reasons, but I would say that the majority of us are trying to relax. Now I'm fully retired, so I have a lot to do around the house. I've got lots. I've got 2 dogs I got to take care of, but I enjoy that moment, those moments where I can just focus on something, whether it's reloading ammunition, working on firearms, fixing something. That is an escape mentally from whatever else is going on in our lives. And whether you're young or old, video games have a place in society because they're here to stay. So, I don't want to give my time to a game that's going to silence me. You've been chat banned for 30 days because you called somebody an idiot. Jesus Christ, I'm a grown man and I don't want to be controlled like that. I come from this old thing, some of you may have heard about it. It was called free speech and free thought. And I know it's dying, and that's for politics. I got a channel for that too. But as far as the game goes, that was, I didn't like the way it was becoming. I didn't like the fact that they were including every demographic in Call of Duty just to check a box and show how sweet and how woke they were. It just drove me nuts. So I kind of started playing Battlefield a little bit more. And then in October, this came out, Arc Raiders. I didn't hear about it until I think November. My son was like, "Hey, Dad, you got to try Arc Raiders." And I was like, "Man, I don't want to get another game going because, I got to learn the game and blah, blah, blah." Well, he tells me, "Well, it's only $40, which, that's pretty cheap when you look at these other games that are like 70, if not above." I bought the game, and then I didn't realize until I bought it that it was a third-person shooter. I didn't look into it or anything, and I thought, oh shit, man, I can't stand third-person shooters. It just doesn't look realistic to me. I need to be seeing from the view of the shooter. So, you know what? I stuck with it, and it didn't take more than, I think, 2 games before I just fell in love with it. Look, I've got a whole social group of people that were my Call of Duty family, and we played every day together. We did something called Cod and Coffee, where those of us that get up early would, 7 o'clock in the morning, we'd be playing Call of Duty. And then later on at night, then the rest of us would get together. And I feel terrible. I love those guys, and I have not been back more than a couple of times because I cannot get off of Arc Raiders. So that's my story, but I'm trying to talk to those of you who are either reluctant to try it, you either think you're too old, or you don't want to try something new, or you hate third-person shooters, or you're curious about it. I want to just give you a little bit of incentive to at least try with what is the best video game ever created in the history of man to date. This game on every level is so good and so unbelievable and so consuming in a good way that I think it's going to alter the way games are made in the future. I think that when they released Arc Raiders, they pretty much stopped any future for the traditional games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, because people are going to, when they sample this, they're not going to be able to take that anymore. And I feel kind of sad for the Call of Duty franchise, and but they did a lot of that shit to themselves. That whole woke thing really irritates me. But some of the games are great, Battlefield, whatnot, other stuff. But this is unbelievable. And so the story of it is, you might be asking, so what is an ARC and what is a raider? And I've talked about this in other videos, but I'll go through it really briefly. Civilization, sometime in the future, there was some catastrophic event that went on the surface of the earth, and it drove civilization into underground cities. So that is Speranza. That's the name of the underground place where you spawn into when you start your game. And so many generations, and this is just my interpretation of it, I'm probably going to fuck it up, but so many generations have gone, come and gone, living underground, born and raised, died. They don't fully remember exactly what got them there. They do know that on the surface of the earth are the remnants of a highly advanced society, where there is a lot of destruction: old houses, apartment buildings, hospitals, spaceports, everything you can think of. And they need things from the surface. Now, the people that volunteer or are trained or that go up to the surface to get the things that are so valuable and so needed down here are called raiders, and that's what you are. You're a raider. And they go to that's how the game starts. You go to the surface, and you got 20 minutes. I think it's 20 minutes. Is it 20 minutes or 29 minutes? You got roughly 20 minutes to go around and find things that are valuable. And the oddest things are extremely valuable. If you find a music tape, that's like $5,000. A coffee pot is worth things. Or you might need technology, or you need medical supplies. So you go to the hospital areas and you dig around and you find things. And those things can be recycled into materials to help you build weapons and to build things that you need for your missions, or you can sell them, and then you can buy things that you need. There's a whole process that is, oddly enough, it sounds kind of confusing and boring maybe to somebody that's not used to this type of, I guess they call them an extraction game. This is all new to me. But honestly, the preparation for the mission is just almost as fun as the mission. It's odd. It's so satisfying to pick your loadout. That's what I'll call it, a loadout. So you basically have a stash here with all your stuff, and you can only carry so many things in your backpack and your quick use. So you set that up, and depending on what you're going to look for and where you're going to go, you load differently, and it's extremely satisfying. And if you don't have the things you need, you go to your little benches and you create them based on what you have, the material that you have, that you can recycle into an explosive that you can use to bring it over to this bench and create a wolf pack, which is a handheld bomb that goes up and shoots down all these other grenades. What are you fighting up there? Now, this is the beautiful part of it. And there is some controversy here from some of the players in terms of how this is happening, and there's videos all over the internet that can go into that. But it is considered a PvP, PvE. So it's a player versus player / player versus environment game. Now, what does that mean in layman's terms? So on the surface of the earth are the ARC. And remember, you're an ARC raider. ARC are these autonomous, robotic, drone type things that some fly, some crawl like spiders, that their mission, their job, is to sniff out and listen for humans and kill you the minute they see or hear you. That's what they do, is to exterminate humanity. Where do they come from? There's a lot of theories. Who knows? Some theories are that the billion gazillionaires of Earth took off because there's evidence that a lot of people left from these launch platforms, and that they're orbiting in space, and they're somehow in charge of these things. Because every so often, little like rockets will come and hit the ground, and they release more of these drones that are hunting humans. So there is a reason that they don't want humans to retake the surface of the earth. So it's extremely dangerous. Some of these things are little crab-like things that walk around in buildings and they jump on you and try to peck your neck until you die. Some are rolling balls that are the size of a beach ball that roll out of nowhere and blow up and kill you, or they shoot fire at you. Some of them are big flying drones, man, that shoot rockets at you and machine gun you. Some are spiders the size of a house. Some are the size of freaking huge apartment buildings, and one of them is the size of, you can't believe it. It's just this gigantic, it'll blow your mind when you see it. So there's all this danger on the earth. That they're the Ark, you're the Raider. But here's the twist, the PvP part of it. There are many, countless Raiders, playing from all over the world. People are playing in Japan and Europe and blah, blah, blah. They're just like you, sitting down and play. Well, they go up to the surface of the earth and you can see them. And if you're with a team and you run in, it's like you can go in two-man teams, trios, or solos. But if you come into the game as a trio team, all the people that you're going to see are going to be trios too. And they're collecting things too. And you'll always end up running into people, and you can hit a button and talk to them like out loud. Hey Raider, is everything cool? Are you safe? Because you can't trust people, because they know one thing. Number one, they see the gun you have, and there's a bunch of different types of guns, and some are super expensive and rare. But they also know that if the game has been going on for 15 minutes, you probably got a lot of cool loot in your backpack. Are they going to murder you? Are they going to betray you? These are called rats, the ones that, hey, I'm friendly, and hey, come over here, I got to show you. And then their buddies ambush you, and you're laying there wounded, and they take all your shit, after they kill you. That's terrible. But they have that. You have to trust your instincts, like legit trust your instincts. You come up, hey Raider, you don't want to point your gun at them, because just like a real world, if they feel threatened, they're going to shoot at you. So you kind of establish a thing, and then often, hey man, you want to go kill, a Rocketeer together, and you guys can join up and work a mission together. It's crazy because it's unpredictable. No two games are ever the same. And you can be going along having the best game of your life and have it get totally wiped out just as you're trying to extract. Because there's two ways to get out of there. You can go to these underground like train stations or elevators. There's three ways: trains, elevators. If you have a key, you can get a hatch and get out of there. But those are dangerous times too, because everybody's trying to get out, and you never know if you got somebody there that set a trap or whatever. Now, I don't want to get too far into the weeds, but the game's algorithm is such that you end up with sort of a lobby karma. If you're not out there murdering people, you end up getting put in nicer and kinder lobbies. And that's kind of what I do, because the game, in my opinion, first of all, I suck at PvP in this game. I just can't get it down. I think it'd probably be better on a computer, but on a game console, these guys have an advantage because they're younger, they're faster. I'm still trying to figure out what button to press to get to my grenade. I'm already dead. So I'm not good at it, at the PvP. And I think that the environment provides enough horror, enough threat, that I don't need to be freaking killing people. So the karma thing works where I don't attack people. So my lobbies, when I go out solo, man, people literally are giving me things. Hey man, you need an extra this? Hey, I got one of these. And it's just a big fun conversation. Last night, or day before yesterday, I was out playing by myself, and I was going to kill a Rocketeer. This guy walks up, hey man, are you going to kill that Rocketeer? Yeah, hey, I'll help you out. And, we bring it down. I mean, it's just super fun. But there are people that love the PvP thing, and they have different maps. Stella Montes is a nightmare to me. I mean, that's where people are just murdering each other, and they get into these big gunfights, and they love it. And I think that's kind of where it's going. They're probably going to have like a PvP shoot 'em up section at some point, but who knows. But if you want to go out and kill people, go ahead and do it. And then what'll happen is you'll be in a lobby with people that want to kill people, and then you got to fight them and the environment as well. So there's something for everybody. Now let's talk about what makes it so good. What makes it so good? First of all, the sound and the graphics is beyond anything I've ever heard in my whole life, and it's not just me, man. Go look on YouTube. There's a million videos of this. An example. This is no bullshit, no exaggeration. I was playing a solo yesterday morning. I'm going to go on right after this. And I'm walking along in Buried City is the map I was on. And those that play will understand this. And it's kind of windy, so sand's blowing around. It's sort of like New Mexico, that color. But the sun in the sky was so beautiful that I literally stood there and just stared at it. And then I took a screenshot as if I was literally in a world taking a picture so I could show it to my relatives when I get home. You find yourself doing that at nighttime. The stars, you see the freaking Milky Way. Last night, my buddy was like, "Look, the Milky Way. Look up, there it is." The 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 graphics are superb. The sound effects are unreal. If you're running along on gravel, it's crunch, 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 and then some sand shows up and it's squish, 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 squish. Everything feels so real and so beautiful. And the guns, they shoot real. It's not like Call of Duty. If you're into Call of Duty where you like to run around spraying, you can't do it. These guns are all homemade. And some are very cool and shoot very fast, but they wear down and there's a life on them where you gotta go back and get materials and repair them too, because it's like real life. It evokes feelings that are sort of, it feels more like reality than a game, because it gets you stressed out when you're in a building. You got to watch out for these little rolling balls. You listen, you hear somebody opening a case. You're like, oh shit, I got somebody in the next room. And do I want to creep out or do I want to make contact? So it's so fun, man. It's absolutely addicting. And I will tell you, because I know the video's gone already like 15 minutes. Solo play, if you want to play by yourself, which I highly recommend, man, solo play. And I've just really gotten into that. Because it's hard for me to learn maps and shit if I'm following people around. And so I started playing solo in the mornings so I could learn the maps. But what's so cool about it is it's exciting, man. You think about what you want to do, and they have challenges, a lot of challenges that you win things, you earn things and scores and bragging rights. So there's quests where you got to go get this, and this specifically, and you go get it, and sometimes you got to do it all in one round. That means you got to get it and you can't die before you get out, and you're like, oh my god, I made it. And you get your little freaking reward. And the sound effects, like you're opening a crate. In Call of Duty, you run up to a crate, boom, it's open, you get your shit. In this one, man, you got to pry the crate. It feels like you're prying it open. It sounds like you're prying it open, and everything is real-time stuff. To get your gun, you don't just click, you're in a gun. You got to pull it off your back, get it, boom. If it's a one-shot thing, you got to break it, the shell flies out, load the next one in. But it's not a hindrance because everybody's dealing with the same shit, Anyways, yeah, solo play is an experience, man. It gives you a chance to learn the maps. It's everybody that you're seeing around you is solo, but you could team up with somebody. If you meet somebody, hey man, you want to work together? People do that too. Anyways, again, if you haven't tried Arc Raiders, I get nothing from this. I mean, what do I got, like 10 subscribers? But if you haven't tried this game, please, at the very least, go watch some gameplay videos on it. And if you suck at video games, then watch some of the videos I'm putting on this channel, because I suck at it. It's so fun that you could be terrible at the game and have just as much fun as if you're the best player that ever lived. It's that satisfying, and that is not an exaggeration. I could go out and fail at everything, but just the experience of playing the game is well worth it. So anyways, Arc Raiders, give it a try. Thank you for watching, GraybeardGamer. If you liked what you saw, share the video. Why not? Some people like to watch guys that suck. Don't you guys get tired of watching everybody good at the game? Step into the world of a guy that sucks. Love you, but I don't swallow.